Hey there. In this video, we're going to look at some of the text filters available in Power Query. So to start off with, we're in our simple toolbar transformations workbook here, and we're in the filters sheet. And so we're going to click on this table object, and we're going to get our data from a table. Load it up here in the Power Query editor. Okay, so we're going to do some filtering on the name here. So let's say we've got all this sales data, right? And let's say we only want to look at sales associated with lemon muffins. Well, here in this table, it's actually called Muffin Lemon. So let's go ahead and we're going to filter to only show sales from Muffin Lemon. I'm going to click on the downward triangle, left click on there. I'm going to unclick, uncheck, select all, and somewhere down here is Muffin Lemon, and I'm going to click OK. Great, so now I'm only looking at sales from my lemon muffins. I'm going to go ahead and undo that step. Okay, there's another way to do it. If you're doing something that simple, I would probably do it the way we just did it, but another way that you can do it is you could go to text filters and go to equals, and it's going to say, hey, I only want to keep, Power Query is asking what kind of rows do you want to keep? Well, I want to keep rows where the name is equal to Muffin Lemon. So we do Muffin, gotta spell it right or it won't work, Lemon. Muffin Lemon. So I click OK, and I get, if I spelled it correctly, the exact same results that I had before. So I'm going to uncheck that. Okay, so let's say that I don't want to just look at sales from lemon muffins. I want to, our biggest seller is medium coffees. And so I want to look at everything but medium coffees because we spend all of our time looking at that, and I want to see how our other products are doing. So we're going to filter to only include things that aren't medium coffee, or as it's called here, coffee medium. Let's see if I can find an example. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. Boy, let's see. Coffee large, coffee small, coffee extra large. Well, you get the idea. So we're going to filter out coffee medium. So we're going to come up here to the downward triangle. Oh, there we go. Coffee medium right there. We're going to come to the downward triangle. We don't want coffee medium rows. And so one way to do it is to just uncheck it. Let's see, right there. But since we're going to do it with the text filters, let's do it that way. We're going to come up here to equals. We're going to go to does not equal. So we only want to keep rows where the name does not equal coffee medium. Coffee medium. Again, got to spell it right. It doesn't work. Coffee medium. Okay, so now this is this data set, but we're only including rows where there's no coffee medium. Okay, cool. Let's undo that. Remove that step from the transformations. Now we only want to look at sales that are related to coffee. Okay. So what we're going to do is, rather than so we can't just say equals coffee because there's coffee small, there's coffee medium, coffee large. We're going to do a search, a text filter for contains. So we're going to say, hey, I only want to include rows where the name contains the text string coffee, right? So that's going to include, so this is coffee small. Well, this text string contains the string coffee, right? Coffee large. Well, this contains coffee. And coffee medium. Well, this also contains coffee. One interesting thing here, though, is that here we've got ice cream that's coffee flavored. Well, we're including that because in this text string is the substring coffee. And maybe that's okay, maybe that's what we want. But let's say that we actually don't want the coffee flavored ice cream. We only want actual, coffee. So what we'll do is we're going to undo that step. And rather than doing contains, we're going to check to make sure that the name starts with the text string coffee, right? So here this has coffee in it, but it starts with ice cream. So we're gonna remove this step. We're gonna come up here to name, click on the downward triangle, do a text filter. We're gonna go to begins with. So we only want names that begin with coffee. Okay, right? So now we've only got coffees. Anything that was ice cream that happened to have coffee in it is not included. So now we're only looking at coffee. Okay, so let's say that we're tired of looking at coffee. Coffee's our big seller. We want to look at things that aren't coffee because that's what we're interested in. But we also want to include coffee-flavored ice cream. So we're going to come up here, click on the downward triangle, go to text filters, and we're going to say, hey, we only want to keep things that do not begin with coffee. Okay. So, and here, even though we've got ice cream coffee flavor here, even though this has coffee in it, it doesn't start with coffee. So it stays in the filtered table. Okay, let's go ahead and undo that. Let's say that we're kind of curious. We want to look at products that are the small version of a product. So we want to look at our tea black small. We want to look at our tea green small. We want to look at our coffee small. So what we're looking for is names where it ends with small. So it doesn't just contain it, but the last thing in the name is small. So that's pretty easy to do. We're going to click on the downward arrow, head over to text filters, and we're going to click ends with. So we only want to keep rows where the name ends with small. There we go. So now we've got green tea small, black tea small, coffee small. You get the idea. Okay, let's say as one final thing, we only want to look at things that aren't tea, because for whatever reason we're just not interested in tea today. So we're going to come over here to the downward arrow again. We're going to filter out any row that contains the text string tea. Pretty easy. We're going to go to does not contain and tea. Okay. Pretty cool. Okay, so now we're only looking at things that do not contain tea anywhere in it. We're also going to, let me go up here, I'm going to click on the little gearbox icon to add an additional filter clause. So we're also going to say does not contain coffee. So now we're only going to look at rows where it does not contain tea and it does not contain coffee. In fact, we're going to click on or so we can do either. Okay. Now here what we've seen is that we're supposed to be filtering out things that are tea or coffee, but we've got both coffee and tea here, which is kind of a problem. The reason for that is because we've selected or here to sort of work with these two conditions. What we want is and. We want things that don't contain tea and don't contain coffee. So if we change that to and, now we get all the things that do not contain coffee or tea. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I will see you next video.